Howdy, 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 back at it again. Today's video is going to cover what I believe to be Marisa's strongest offensive weapon, her Towards Heavy Kick. There are 5 characteristics of this move that I think make it incredibly powerful. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, first characteristic is canceling into like Gladius. Does a whole bar of drive gauge damage. Obviously, that's really strong. Also, if you do this sets up this really powerful spacing trap where it looks like, hey, maybe I could push crouch medium kick, but if they do, you just sort of melt their life bar. And in the corner, it is not any better, right? That can go into OD quad, and they just die. Okay, made a whole video on her spacing traps. Check that out right up here. Now, characteristic number 2. Canceling this into drive rush. So the very first thing is this is a true guess with command grab because they cannot mash to get out of it. Right, so the only way to avoid this command grab is to do something that is throw invincible, such as a jump, or something that is completely invincible, like a DP or a super. Now, that being said, obviously we can catch their jump out with a button. The easiest, most, kind of intended thing, I would say, the manually timed or the auto timed thing, is another Towards Heavy Kick, which we can either link into crouch jab, or we can just autopilot into like Gladius. If they block that, then we end up with the same spacing trap. The only thing I would say is I would recommend doing crouch jab into light Dema if you're kind of backed up towards the corner, because you actually get really good Oki off of light Dema, whereas off of like Gladius, we get drive rush into something that's, not as rewarding, is what I would say. However, if 2100 doesn't sound like, okay, so they're better off jumping, right? They're better off jumping because the command grab does more damage. Well, if you're in that spot, what you can do is do a manually delayed stand medium kick. You notice there it hits buttons, and it will also catch jump out. You do have to be a little careful because if you time it too late, you'll hit them out of the air. So you have to work on the timing. But then you get a link into back heavy punch, and then all of a sudden, hey, 3460, that seems like a lot better. And, you can actually get way more damage if you're willing to cash everything out. But anyway, it's a lot more rewarding is kind of the point. Although that being said, it does put you in this weird spot on block where you can throw them, but if they just walk back, they can evade the throw, and you can't really link out of the crouch short to punish walk back. So if you really care about block pressure, it's maybe better to try a manually delayed crouch medium punch, because then if you do everything frame tight, you actually can link out of this, but the reward is way worse if you catch a jump out. So I would say stand medium kick is still probably your best bet. This is actually also still a really good option if they're burnt out. Although you do have to be a little bit careful, because if you do the command grab immediately, you're actually 2+. So you have to work on delaying it a little bit just to get that to work. And your frame trap option, I think in this case, should be charge back heavy punch. It'll trade with jabs, and you kind of get the world, right, into whatever good combo you like there, right? Whatever cash out thing you want to do. So in burnout, like I said, it has to be a little bit delayed with the command grab, and the frame trap option is charged back heavy punch. Characteristic number 3 still has to do with drive rush cancel, except in this case, the strength is that you can just hold back. And if they DP, guess what? They die. Right, this is much different than like if I did this off of a medium, right? They can OS the DP, and I can't really punish it there, right? I'd have to do something really silly like charge OD Gladius or DI or whatever. Off of this, I can just block. And then boom, right? They evaporate because you're Marisa. Also really powerful because you're actually only -3 here, so they can't even jab you. So you can just do like drive rush cancel into like delay tech or something, and you're going to be completely fine. And, you know, as long as you're not doing the delay attack like too much, you'll even throw them if they're trying to like just walk back. So you're in a pretty good spot in terms of you can bait DP. They can't OS it. They really do have to guess. You know, if they're going to guess, they can guess with DP. They can guess with jump. They can guess with, you know, down back if they think you're going to medium, whatever. But what they can't do is they can't OS it in any way. So that's really strong. Characteristic number 4, knee into nothing. That might sound a little silly, but a lot of times people in the corner, they might expect you do something like this. You know, they want to jump out. Maybe they think you're going to get a little too greedy with a cancel or something, and they're just trying to get out of the corner. So you do knee, they jump, you're waiting for it, you get an anti-air. Right? This is especially the case if they're like low on drive gauge. So if you have them like here, you know, and use something like this, you know, now all of a sudden, you know, they're really scared to kind of play the game. Right? So they might want to escape. So that's really strong just because it can force people, or the other thing too is people might be trying to guess DP and you do this. Hey, look, we just won because they got scared. Which, I don't know about you, I think that's pretty cool. Characteristic number 5 is just how completely easy this is to land. Okay, so medium demo, forward dash into knee, hits meaty, right? If I have him wake up with jab, it'll win if I'm already going to commit to drive rush canceling it. You know, 3600, we can cancel that into level 3. Light Dema, you just walk up and do it. It's really easy to time, you know. Yes, it is manually timed, but you just kind of wait for him to start moving on the ground, and then you just hit towards heavy kick. Again, it is 4 active frames, so it's really easy to use as a meaty. Heavy Dema combos, you just do light quad, forward dash, into towards heavy kick. And boom, same thing. And just like that, you know, you have like a real 50-50 off of pretty much any knockdown as long as you have the drive gauge and you're fine risking it, right? So that's the 5th thing, is just how completely easy it is to land off of really any situation at all. You know, Superman punch, forward dash, walk up, knee, right? So any situation, you know, let's see, even her command grab. Whoops. Command grab, I said. You can do micro walk into knee. I walked up a little bit far there. But you're in range to do it off of pretty much any knockdown. And that's really, really powerful. Kind of as a bonus. Knee into DI, also really strong. Even if they're not burnt out, it's hard for them to mash on it. If they are burnt out, only a 1 frame gap, and like I said, you can pretty much get into it from any knockdown. So you can pretty much always get a guaranteed stun if you hit a combo and they don't have super and burnout. So hope you liked this video. If you did, leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow near, so I'd really appreciate it. As always, have a good time.